Well, we've been gone for a while, and well, at least for the people who listen to us on Apple Podcasts, and not through anything that we did, or maybe something we didn't do, or maybe something Apple didn't do, or we're not exactly sure. It's all very murky. But when we switched a particular creator platform to another one, the one that we're on now, it turned into, what would you call it, a mess?
Yes.
Yeah.
A technical challenge. Big time.
And this is, I would say, our biggest technical challenge so far with this podcast in almost, a year now? Yeah.
It's been a year. And
Yeah.
for a small little grassroots podcast in a tiny little
Hamlet of Illinois.
Yes. In this darling studio on the third floor.
Second floor.
My
house isn't that
cool. Lisa, I have to give you all the credit because you worked day and night on getting this tech glitch fixed. Yay!
I worked a lot. You helped me too.
No, I was...
But I have to tell you, this was really the most frustrating tech thing ever for me. And I I've had to deal with a lot of them because I'm not really apt in this area. Technically apt at all. But...
You're pretty technically apt. And we also don't have a tech department yet.
I'm just persistent. That's all. I just like, oh no, you're not getting me. Yeah. So after being passed around a lot to a lot of different people at Apple, we finally got the right one and the right link to, and I just focused and we got it. But so we're back. We've been on our other distributor channels. But the one podcast one we were not on was Apple, but now we are. So yay!
Yay!
Thanks, Apple. Thank you for sending us the links and helping us get through this. Okay, so that said, I think it's time to launch into our podcast.
I think so too. Let's go with some things we're curious about.
Well, something that comes to my mind immediately was all the time that I was getting frustrated getting that done. I kept finding little distractions,
yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you're like, oh, I know I have to do this task, but then, but this one needs to be done. So, one of the things I did, I went through my spice cabinet.
Oh my God.
Okay. And because I don't really cook anyway, anyhow, I use cinnamon or salt or pepper or, that's about it. And I had spices that people who, came over and cooked at my house or left them, or honestly from like old boyfriends who had cooked here from a long time ago. I went, these are gone.
Bye.
I know. And so I spread them on the earth, let them soak in. Oh yeah, I'm not going to just dump stuff. And then I recycled all the glass and plastic. And, then I went, okay, I did that.
Now what can I do to distract myself from doing my taxes?
Exactly.
Yes, it's the old work from home syndrome. It's like, okay, I got to sit down and get some work done. Oh, but I got to do this first.
See?
Plant my little spice garden in the kitchen in that little thing that,
one
of those, or weird stuff creeps into your head.
Yeah.
And you're like, maybe I'll do this. And it's something you haven't thought about in years.
Right. Or you don't really want to do the laundry, but you'd rather do the laundry than do the taxes or whatever other task it is you don't want to do. So I got a lot of those little things done in between all this other, tech BS. Mm-hmm. So I guess there's the upside.
That's the upside of getting little weird stuff done.
Yeah, boy, that was Pollyanna, wasn't it? But anyway, I'm sure a lot of people have those. We'd love to hear about your distractions or your latest thing. So yeah,
what you put in front of what you are supposed to do, but you don't do.
Right. So ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Send us a line.
I'm sure you have a lot.
Yeah. Something that you and I were really hoping we would be talking about, but we were too busy dealing with all the tech stuff, was some bizarro. Tell me about this. The diaper? Something you messed up?
Diaper Spa in New Hampshire.
Diaper Spa. So for babies or what?
No. It's for adults. It's
give me a break.
Raising eyebrows in New Hampshire. And so it's basically a spa.
Wait, is this for like geriatrics? Because that would be
sad.
No,
it's not for geriatrics. It's for anybody, really. And they go there, and it's all diaper-wearing individuals who seek acceptance, respite, and care. And so there's big adult diapers in baby prints, and it's expensive. It's $1,500 a day.
out of town.
For an all-day experience, and $200 an hour for an hour of what they're going to change. I mean, the $1,500 a day includes like pampering, meaning they change you, they powder you.
God.
It's interesting.
So you check in for a day at a diaper spa to get, okay, the pampering I understand, but to get diapered and powdered on your behind?
Well, what does adult diaper lover mean? Adult diaper baby lovers are people who act a voluntary regression to a previous age and or wear a diaper for psychological reasons. According to a 2020 article in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health. So there is a persona that loves to, obviously, they love this, I don't want to say identifying as, because it's not really identifying as as a toddler when you're 50 years old.
What would you be identifying as other than that?
I guess so. So, and I've heard in rare circumstances that people do identify as toddlers.
Yeah, we have talked about that.
Yes,
I think
we
in the
have.
past, but not to this extent to where you're checking into a spa for the day and you're getting powdered and
for $1,500.
Dear God!
And then there's a photograph, and I have it here, of the women diapers and the men diapers that are huge, but they're all imprinted with baby decor. And
oh God, I want to not believe you, but I know you're telling the truth.
Well, I'm pulling this straight from facts.
Yeah.
And while sexuality plays a role in some of these cases, the Journal of Sexual Medicine concluded that adult baby role playing in particular is more likely to be interpersonal, non-sexual behavior, helping some individuals decrease attachment, anxiety, and negative mood states. So
okay, that's a lot of jargon.
It's a lot of jargon, but it's like basically saying it helps your mental state of mind.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but I can't see dressing up or, thinking that I want to wear diapers and go to a diaper spa is going to help me mentally.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I'm trying to think about how I could get into the head of somebody who would need something like that, and I don't want to. Yeah. I don't even, gee, so they want to regress. So they want to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they want to be taken care of and infantilized and pampered, powdered, and perfumed, I guess.
Right. It's so weird. I know there's all these identities going around of what you might identify as, but this is a new one that is actually from the has been identified as a behavior from Journal of Sexual Medicine.
Yeah, I know. So it's been studied.
It's been studied.
So it's been around for
who's
a while.
volunteering? Like 2017, almost 7 years. 7 years. Who is volunteering to be like, oh yeah, how does this creep into people's minds? I don't understand. Okay, this is a big question. So I hope we get some feedback on maybe some people out there that have been diapered up.
Feel free to and you can be anonymous.
Yes.
We would never expose.
No.
Or if you want to say, I know someone who.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I'm asking for a friend. Speaking of a friend, we would be okay with that too.
Well, it's brought up a little bit of controversy in the neighborhood where this diaper spa is opened.
Okay.
The diaper spa's debut has stoked fear and concern among some residents of the town.
Yeah.
Of a 7,000 near the Massachusetts border. I won't name the town because I don't want people to go after the town.
They can Google it if they want to.
Yeah, it comes right up. It's been a hot topic on the news. And then I will talk about a few of let me see if there's any extra. Who is welcome to the spa? Pretty much anybody that's over 21.
Well, at least they draw the line.
Right, exactly. What is a visit like at the day? Imagine a safe and judgment-free session where you can openly express yourself and partake of your favorite activities. And snacks, nurturing. So maybe they're cuddled and coddled. No breastfeeding.
As far as you know.
As far as I know. I just thought of that. Yeah, that could
Oh
be
my
weird.
God. What if they have wet
Sing-alongs.
nurses there?
Oh my God.
That would be the limit.
Oh, now they're going to, that's going to be the next thing. A wet nurse spa.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, aside from the diaper spa.
Yeah.
Because there are people that fantasize about that.
Really?
I don't know, but I think there are.
Oh, probably. I mean, I never thought about
my
this
God.
until you just mentioned
We should
it.
open a wet nurse spa.
No, we shouldn't. Hey, feel free, girlfriend. That will not be.
That's going to be the next big thing.
Yeah, that will not be promoted by Ladies Who Question.
Oh, God, this is weird. Activities range from playtime, story time, nap time, cuddle time, changing time, coloring, nursery rhymes, and sing-alongs.
Okay, it's nursery school for adults.
Right.
All right. Well, I
I
guess
mean,
they just
maybe
didn't.
those were happy memories for certain people.
Yeah.
Which I have happy memories from nursery school, but I don't want to be diapered, and I just.
Okay, well, that's where the brain takes a right
Yeah.
turn for some people.
Okay.
Yeah, or a wrong turn. I don't know. Maybe who am I to judge?
Myself as well.
Oh, God.
So that's been a hot topic this week.
Who wants to sit in their own wet or whatever?
Ew.
I know. Well, I guess you don't have to.
No, because they change you.
Yeah.
And I bet they can't. Oh my God.
What?
I bet they drink a ton before they go in there.
So they can wet themselves?
Yes. So they can get changed a lot. Or maybe they eat something that gives them a little boop boop.
Oh, no. Okay. I'm.
Okay.
I don't even know. I suggest counseling.
Okay.
Yeah. Boy, I hope nobody I ever went out with or was involved with was into anything like that. If so, I don't want to know.
No.
So don't write that
Right.
if you're listening.
Say, oh, hi, Lisa.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
dated 15 years ago.
Exactly.
I'd love you to check out the Diaper Spa. I mean, it's kind of like,
Here's my take.
what next? That's what, like, when you see interesting or unusual things like this, which brings us to question, what's going to be next?
Yeah. So sometimes now I don't want to know anymore.
Right.
I just leave it behind and I'll wait for your next story, you know?
Okay.
And your next freakazoid story.
Right.
You'll dig up. Oh my. Okay, so I'm going to change the subject to something
Change the
that's-
subject. Okay,
yeah.
we'll move on.
Yeah.
So we got enough on the Diaper Spa. You guys can Google it. It's out there. Everybody's checking it out.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about something that everybody knows about, some people have an opinion about, and most people are okay with. And that's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, we're recording this before the Super Bowl, so we have no idea what's going to go on. But we were talking about early before we were turned on the mics about how a lot of people are speculating that he's going to propose to her or something somehow.
I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I think this is coming from. This is just my
I hope so.
speculation.
I hope so.
Do you really?
Well, I just want to start hearing the songs that she's going to write about this football player being
yeah.
her boyfriend.
Well, and we'll get those
Yeah.
eventually, no matter what the outcome of this relationship might be.
Absolutely.
But they're speculating, and I think it's being that speculation could be driven by one of two sources, or both. Either Swifties, like hoping for something dramatic and romantic
Right.
and lovely, although, well, I'll tell you my opinion on that later, or by bettors, by sports betting. Like
Oh, my
one
God.
more thing
Right, to bet on.
to bet on, as if there isn't enough, because there are sheets and sheets and sheets
Oh, yeah.
of categories of every single thing you could think of, and things you'd say what? And this to me is a say what, if that's where this is coming from. But let's think about this now.
Yeah.
If you are, what is she, 31?
I know she's
Something
at least
like-
30.
yeah,
so she's
but-
either 30 or 31.
Yeah. Well, okay, if you were in your 20s, and or let's just say if she was in her 20s, and which is a very different mindset. I can remember from my 20s into my early 30s, you mature emotionally, at least hopefully you do.
Right.
I would not want to be proposed if I was in my 30s in that way.
Oh, you mean like at the end of the game?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking?
and
If they win?
If they win, yeah. I mean, but
He's
if they
gonna be like-
lose.
but I think he's classier than that.
Well, and I think that she wouldn't like that. And if he knows her, I don't think that he would do that. But I can't project myself into her brain. But I don't think that's romantic.
No.
I think it's showboating. And it
looks like it's all being pushed by their publicist or media. If that is the situation where they don't need the money, where they're like, if you propose and we do the Disneyland thing, and you guys are going to Disneyland, I'm going to Disneyland with my wife Taylor Swift.
I hadn't even thought of that.
I don't think they're that. They would.
No,
they would sink that low.
They don't need to. They're at the top of their games.
Right. They both are at the top of their games.
Yeah.
Like, hello, run for president, Taylor.
This speculation is silly. I think it's a silly thing. And I don't think that's something she would like. I don't think that's something he would do. And I think it's just being driven by that. But apparently this is a rampant piece of gossip.
Oh, my God.
And I just, anyway, so... I just wanted to bring that out there because I heard it at the beauty parlor today.
Oh, you did.
The place is just a Twitter with it.
That beauty parlor is a small town beauty parlor, but man, there's a lot of juice that comes out of that place.
This is Mayberry, baby.
It is Mayberry. It's like Mayberry, get me off the movie set.
Right.
That's going to be your book, Lisa.
Oh, well. Yeah. Mayberry Hell. Yeah.
Oh, Mayberry Hell.
Yeah, that's the domain I own. Yeah, they just sent me a notice saying, "Do you know how much that domain is worth?" And honestly, I was stunned. But I'm not selling it.
No,
I'm going to save it for my book.
Your book and your movie deal. Done deal. No, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I just have to with that. I'm going to have to retain a really good lawyer just in case, because if I really do tell the stories, even if cloaked. Very well.
It'll be fiction.
They won't be thinly veiled. They will be very heavily cloaked. But even then, it's fiction. But
it's fiction.
I don't want someone to go, that's me, and everyone else knows that's me. I don't need that. So, and I'm not looking to hurt anybody. But I thought it'd be,
There's a lot of juice.
Just come to our beauty parlor or anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Right. I know. It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I mean, there's a lot. I'll be interested. Who do you want for the Super Bowl?
49ers.
Okay.
Not because I'm from the Bay Area.
No? Well, then how come?
Because the Chiefs have already won.
True.
This is their 4th Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They've won 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
And I think that their quarterback's fabulous. I have no qualms.
Yeah.
But my brother is a ticket holder for the 49ers, and let them win.
Yeah, I
always like the opposite team to win. Maybe there's a hit there. Yeah, okay. I do have a little 49er in my blood. So.
Yeah. Well, I understand that.
And you might have a... Who do you want to win?
Well, I mean, I've always been Bears girl, because I'm from here. And Bears had another disappointing, to say the least, season, so... But I want the Chiefs, and that's
because of Tay-Tay?
No, actually, no, it has nothing to do with her at all.
Okay.
I used to take care of, and this is not a popular name for anyone to hear in the Chicago area, but when Matt Nagy was a coach here, I used to take care of their dogs, and I got very close to his family, and they were very kind to me and really took me in, and you know what I mean? Like they were just really wonderful, and their 4 sons are 4 of the most polite children I've ever been around. They were in my house. This polite
that says a lot.
voice. It does say a lot. And I think they just, I think Matt and his wife Stacy really cracked the whip and really got on him. And I think they did a lot of things right. I mean, who knows? The kids, who knows? One or some will go wrong somewhere down the road. Things happen.
It's really refreshing to hear that.
Well, and they were very kind to me. So I want that for them because he's a quarterback coach. He works for the Chiefs.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was something, but I didn't know where he went.
Oh, sorry. I guess I should have probably prefaced that better.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they're with the Chiefs, and they've been down there for ever since he got fired from the Bears.
Okay.
So so I want them to do well. Okay. So it's purely. What would you call that?
Well, it's
kind
of karma. Well, no, it's kind of like they were lovely to you, and you just want good things to happen to them. It's karma. Yeah. And
that's it.
I get it.
Yeah. So that's why I'm for the Chiefs. I mean, part of me, just because I root for the underdog.
Me too.
Yeah, see? Yeah, right. I was kind of hoping the Lions.
I was so hoping the Lions.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I just, my heart goes out to the Lions. They played their heart out. They're going to be a good team next year. They'll be a good contender.
I was just happy that they came as far as they did. I thought it was just refreshing and kind of fun to see them
great.
after being just the paper lions forever and ever and ever. And I don't think they've ever gotten this far.
Never. And Detroit. I mean,
Yeah, they could use a boost.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's,
So
I know.
that would have been such great morale. But they'll probably sell out next year,
Hope
for the
so.
season.
Right, or at least there'll be renewed interest. And if they don't make any stupid trades or there aren't any horrible injuries between now and, next August,
Right.
I don't know. I think good things. Oh, like we're some NFL, mavens.
We're the Monday morning quarterbacks or whatever.
We're allowed to have opinions.
Yes.
And-
because, we everybody can have opinions.
Everybody can have opinions.
I don't
That's
care what you
right.
think of our opinions, but we have them.
Yeah, and it's not like we're sitting here trying to call plays, okay?
No.
I look at some of those plays that are, play out or whatever, and those plays that play out.
Yeah, what's a play out?
God. No, anyway, when I see some of them, my ex-husband, who was very into football, he would say, "Oh, that's a blah, 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 hook left, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Yeah, of course it is.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Yeah. You show off your play knowledge.
Well, he didn't know what he was talking about, but I'm like, "Yeah, I saw how he hooked left." I'm going, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Just look good. I saw the hole, and I did.
Yeah.
I can see that, but anyway, it's just fun. It's just fun. It's fun to just goof around and talk about it. I think that in NFL, my God, they've got the biggest audience probably they've had. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Since the Ice Bowl game with the Packers, in the 60s. I mean, who knows, and even then, I don't even know. I don't know what the stats are, but heavens to Murgatroyd, this is insane with a lot of women.
They did mention that a lot of young daughters and fathers will be sitting next to each other because the young daughters, all they want to see is Taylor. That's brought the viewership up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The young girl viewership. So go Tay.
Yeah.
And she's in Tokyo and she's flying in on her jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
those logistics are interesting.
very interesting. But it's she's having her moment, he's having his, but then she's like, okay, he's my guy. I'm going to be there. And it's just old school romance.
That's
in
what
a
I
modern
think.
way
Yeah.
of luxury.
Old school romance. Yeah, no, with a modern twist. I think it's sweet. I like it, and I like that they're there for each other. And I don't know. Are we going to speculate on their romance right now? I guess we already are.
We already have. We kind of have. But
I'm thinking that win or lose, I have a feeling about this, and I could be completely wrong, and this could just go to ashes like all of their other relationships before they met each other, and possibly will. I'm such a pessimist. But anyway, they are both in their 30s. She has entered her 30s or is in her 30s, and unless she's averse to having a family, which is perfectly fine, maybe she doesn't, but if she does, tick-tock, and she's probably thinking, after I finish,
absolutely.
if things work out with him.
there's already predictions.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I bet there's already money on when she will.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Oh, well, England, they bet on how many times you're going to sneeze a day.
Yeah.
So it's, yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Timelines, engagement, wedding, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, this was all fresh in my mind. I was just thinking to myself, timeline.
It's perfect.
Yeah, and he's been playing in the NFL a long time. How many more seasons does he have left,
he's hot. I don't think he's going to back down.
No, but he also is lining up stuff coming up.
Right.
He's
right.
lining up his next career, his segue into his next.
And he can still have kids and play.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he can. But I'm just saying, for her, she's got this whole world tour, which I don't know how long this overseas tour is, but it's.
I think it might be through the summer.
We'll see. Okay.
But that's not terribly long.
No, it's not. But I'm thinking if they were going to then she's really thinking, oh, okay, yeah, and maybe it would work out. And if they can make through her tour and he doesn't have, after this Sunday, he doesn't have any obligations unless he gets picked for the Pro Bowl in Hawaii.
Unless he wins, he has to go to Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. He has to. I love
Well, they do the parade.
Oh, that's right. He would have to.
I mean, they literally get there the next day and they're like, "We."
That's right. They do. I forgot.
I don't know how much Disney pays for that.
Oh,
bazillions.
Well, they get incredible exposure. They don't care.
Right. Right. That's right.
For the cost of whatever, it just stirs up Disneyland. So
I'm sorry. I'm totally changing subjects.
Okay.
But did you know how much the ads are?
Well, that's not really changing the subject. We're just sidebarring.
We're sidebarring.
Oh, I can only imagine.
7 million, like for a minute or something.
Like so for 60 seconds, $7 million.
It's around that. When they said 7 million, I go, oh my God, I remember when it was 1 million and then it was like 2 million.
So each time it plays, it's 7 million?
Probably.
It's not like a package.
I don't know. I didn't
Wow.
I didn't broker that deal, but I wish I did.
Wow. 7 million. And not to mention, the seats apparently are like insane.
Oh, okay. So my brother's a ticket holder, a season ticket holder of the 49ers. He did not they do the lottery really quick. They do it like within 24 hours, and he didn't get picked.
Oh.
But the tickets were $6,800 immediately after the last game to predict who's going to the Super Bowl. They're up to like 13,000.
Oh, before the ticket brokers got hold of them, you mean?
They literally doubled in 24 hours, and that was like 2 weeks prior to the Super Bowl. So they're going for,
That's
who
insane.
can go to the Super Bowl?
Well, the elite of the elite, and
Yeah. Thank you, sports.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's in Vegas, so you got a lot of high rollers who
Yeah.
can easily afford
yeah.
to buy a suite.
The boxes are $1 million,
$1 million.
but they fit 30 people. So I
Oh.
did the math, and I'm like, okay, that's 30,000 a person.
it's still
So that's like not billionaire status, because at first I go, okay, it's only billionaire status, but it's not. If you make everybody pay 30,000 times 30 is $1 million. Is that right?
Oh, don't no.
Oh, no, wait,
30,000 times 30. No. Well, wait. 3 times 3. Oh, God, don't ask me to do math. That's the one thing I cannot do. But
they fit 30 people, and they're $1 million each. Taylor got a box, and I guess Kelsey's mom is sitting in the stands. That's what I heard on the media.
That's not going to happen.
Well, I think she has a good seat, but it did say
No.
Okay, I'd be interested to see where Travis.
If she bought a box, you don't think she's going to say,
I guess she didn't want to sit.
Mrs. Kelsey, would you like to come up here?
I don't know the details.
Oh, I think she said that last year. I think last year was it last year they were in the Super Bowl again? Or the year before? Well, anyway, she said last time they were at the Super Bowl, she said the same thing. Well, I'm not really sure. Whatever.
Both her sons were in the Super Bowl last year.
That's it then. It was
That
last
was
year.
super cool.
Oh, and
She's like half and half.
That's right. Now I can now I can understand why last year she wouldn't say it, because if she was on one side of the field as opposed to the other.
Or would she sit in the end zone?
I don't well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? That's sort of neutral.
Yes, so yeah. And plus,
Anyway.
obviously his brother and his family's going to be there.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to. We'll know soon. Yeah, and we'll report back next week on it too.
Yeah, I was going to watch. I got a link to all the commercials that were supposed to be.
Yes,
and I know, and I was going to watch them all.
The Jennifer Aniston one.
Oh,
did you see that one?
No, that's what I'm saying. I was going to,
Okay.
but I didn't, because I thought I'm going to see this all on Sunday. Do I really want to spend, I don't know, probably 20 minutes, maybe, right, watching all of these ahead of time? I don't have 20 minutes of my time that I can spend this way. Just at least maybe I do before Sunday, but I didn't. So tell me about the Jennifer Aniston one.
Okay, it's really cute. It's
What's the product?
Oh my God, I
Oh,
can't
no.
remember the product.
See, that's
because
a
all I
problem.
remember is David Schwimmer and Jen and David. It's like now. It's like today, and they're both like on the Warner Brothers properties or something. They're filming something, and she's come. Oh no, Whole Foods or Instacart. See, I don't even know. She's got a bag of groceries. And he's coming down the alley, and she's got flowers and everything. And he's like, "Hey, Jen," and she's like, "Wait, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? Like, wait!" And he takes off his sunglasses and has an introduction. She's like, "Oh, okay." So it was an awkward exchange between both of them, and I think it was some kind of grocery commercial.
Well, it
Not a
sounds
good
like
commercial,
it was not
and
a
I've seen
good
it twice.
Commercial already, because you said it was awkward.
It was awkward, but I love.
Was it cute awkward?
It was cute awkward because I love both of them, and I loved Friends. So
Did it make sense that she wouldn't know who he is?
well, yeah, it would make sense. No, it didn't make sense.
Okay. Well, this sounds like not a great
Yeah.
commercial.
Right.
And you don't remember the
I
product.
don't remember the product.
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot, though. Some of them are so obscure. You know, it's like,
Right.
oh, we're really heavy on our message. And at the end, it'll just have like something. And the only commercial that I remember ever being able to do that, and it was the commercial that changed the advertising world, was the Apple one for that Super Bowl decades and decades ago. And it had the guy coming in, and he had like, a sledgehammer, and they were introducing the iPod or something like that.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Nope,
And
don't.
People, the advertising world, and especially, because I was probably pretty heavily immersed in the advertising world at the time because I was doing a lot of commercials and voiceovers. People were just blown away. Like, this was a concept commercial.
Okay.
I know if you saw that. In fact, when we're done, we'll Google it up and I'll show it to you because it was earth shaking.
Wow.
Yeah, I know you'll remember it when you see it. But he was running in running gear, and he's like running, and then he like blasts something. He has a sledgehammer.
The iPod.
Yeah, introducing the iPod, and people were like, "What? What do you mean? This has music?" I'm pretty sure it was that, or was it a Mac? I don't even. Okay, so
It was some big.
I'm sorry, but
new,
this is like maybe 25, 30, 30
Okay.
years ago. I don't. It was a long freaking time ago. It was in the 80s, I thought.
Okay.
That this happened.
We're going back.
I
way
don't
back.
know. It's just, hazy, fuzzy memories. But I remember that was the world changing, the world of advertising. And it just kind of like people went, oh, what was that? And it was because then people were talking about it. That it got, spread around and it was cemented in people's mind like, oh, yeah, what is that? What? It was just something so groundbreaking.
So they had that was a good commercial because people were.
That was
The
one
one
of the
I
best
remember?
ever.
Complete polar opposite.
What?
The Doritos girl.
Oh, Allie.
I don't know. It was
Allie
some
Larder.
sexy girl.
And she caught it in her teeth.
Yes, and it was the big crunch, and all I remember is everybody talking about it for days.
Yeah.
About who's the Doritos girl?
Well, she was darling.
Right.
I mean, she was sexy and darling. Oh, that's the woman Mario Lopez was supposed to marry.
Oh, that's juicy. That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or they got married, and 2 days later they got divorced.
Yeah.
It was a quickie.
Well, yeah, he made a boo-boo.
It was a quickie in a number of
boo-boo.
ways.
Or so I guess he married, and then he made some heinous errors, and then that was over.
Okay.
Yeah. That was
That's
Allie
right.
Larder, I think is her name.
And she's around.
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Okay.
How did we get into all this?
I don't know. We just trailed out.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
one thing led to another.
I'm exhausted. And you brought a good bottle of wine, and you brought me some treats and dessert, which thank you.
Oh, no. Thank you for solving our. Thank you, tech department.
Yeah,
our tech department consists of one person that can do magical things, and she works till it's all done.
It's not saying much.
No, it is. Saying a
I'm
lot.
basically slow.
I wouldn't
slow,
say that.
Very slow. But I am persistent
Diligent.
and diligent. Yes, and it's like this will get done. And I was just sort of angry because here we are trying to launch our podcast and get it done, and we're growing an audience, and we're having fun and getting feedback, and I thought, you know what, doggone it,
I know.
Let's keep going.
Our momentum was kicking ass.
yeah. So this is bookended this nicely, unless you have something else to say.
No, I was
we're-
just going to start to wrap it up.
Yeah, we are wrapped. I'm
It's a
saying.
wrap.
So tell the people what they need to
please
know.
Rate and review us on wherever you get your podcast, and follow us on Instagram, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, ladieswhoquestion.com. Send us, and then we have ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. You can send us our questions. And
I think you already said that, but that's okay.
Okay. Whoopsie. Uh-oh.
And
Bingo.
wherever you find your podcasts.
Yes.
Bye. Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisa Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, ladieswhoquestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.